Maybe I should film all my videos like this. How creepy is that? Oh, contour though. Anyway. What's up internet? It's me again! I'm back! Today's video I'm going to be talking about my favourite magazines. Because we all love magazines, right? Okay, so the first magazine that I'm going to be talking about today is my absolute favourite. There isn't many issues of this out already, it's quite a new magazine, but the two that I do own, I am in love with, and I just love the concept of the magazine. It is Buffalo Zine. No idea why it's called that, but I really love the magazine. First things first, this is issue number 3. So this was the first one I ever got, and I'd seen it in my classroom because as we've got loads of magazines scattered round, and I saw it last year and I read it and then I bought it because I just loved it so much. What it is with this magazine is every issue is a different kind of subject matter. So this one was based off children's fairy tales, kind of dark, Vivienne Westwood kind of style. I think the reason why I said Vivienne Westwood is because the front cover was called Vivienne Westwood, and I think it's all her clothes and stuff. What I liked about it is, well, the first thing I read was the editor's note, which is here. It's like a hard back book, which I really like because it stays nice. I'll just read you the first sentence of his letter for this issue because I really loved it. It says, "Teenage years are a true mindfuck. They make you feel like you're embracing yourself for the first time because you're becoming an adult." And when I read this last year, I was like, yes. And then I read the whole thing and I'm like, yeah, I can relate to that. What I like about this magazine, especially this issue, is that it's very vintagey. The imagery in it is really weird. It covers art, it covers music, covers fashion, and what the magazine's thing is that it doesn't like to keep up with trends. It kind of takes the piss out of normal magazines, which I really like because I'm not really a Vogue kind of person because it's very set in their ways, and it's a very what's the word, kind of proper. They have their own certain look, and that's fine. No, I'm not criticising it because they're a very successful magazine. It's not something I'm into. I like magazines that are different because I feel like it's more interesting. Like, there's this article in here with Victor and Rolf. They are a fashion designer who own the house of Victor and Rolf. You might have seen their perfumes and stuff. I just really love what it reminds me of is like the 70s, but with like a fantasy kind of Alice in Wonderland twist to it, because like all the fonts in it is very like 70s, very vintage. I just really love it, and all the articles in it are just really edgy. Like this one about grannies, and they just look so good. Like, I love it. I just really love this magazine, and it's just exactly me. There's another magazine quite like it which I've discovered recently, which I can't get hold of anywhere, which is a magazine called The Protagonist, and really love it, and it's just sold out and it's so high in demand. This is this is issue 4 of Buffalo Zine, so it's more like a magazine-y type now. It's not like a book. They based it on a catalogue, taking the piss out of like vintage catalogues and kind of offbeat fashion editorials, and I just like it because it's weird and it's not taking itself too seriously, which is a thing. I don't take myself too seriously at all, so I really like how this magazine reflects. And the imagery in it is so edgy, and like, because I hate photography as it is, in the studio because there's so much like messing about. Like they just shoot anywhere. They shoot their pictures like anywhere. Like there's one picture where they're just in a supermarket, or there's one where she's like but near bins, and it just looks amazing, and I just really love this magazine. It's really edgy, so go check it out. Buffalo Sign. I think this issue that's recent is sold out now, but I got this from Magaleria. They came into the college and I saw it and I had to have it, so yeah. That's my first favourite. So the next magazine I want to talk about is Dazed and Confused. I saw this magazine last year, maybe 2015. I read it, I loved it, I fell in love with it because, again, like Buffalo Sign, it's really edgy and they don't use like perfect models, which I really like. And it just got really edgy pictures in it, like, yep. And their website is amazing too. And like you can get a lot of inspiration from just one issue of Dazed magazine. I don't really buy it that much anymore because obviously I found Buffalo and other magazines which I like more, but I think what started my love of offbeat magazines other than Vogue was definitely Dazed. When I read it, I loved it because it was just unlike anything I'd ever read before, because I did a degree in art and design, so I really love art as well as fashion, which the two combine themselves a lot, but you don't see that a lot in normal magazines. And Dazed really just, it was a magazine for all my tastes, like art, music, fashion. I mean, the more I learn about fashion and the more I'm growing away from it, I'm more like, I really love art and artists, and like I do like photography, but I don't like doing it myself. I like looking at it because it's like there's funny in, but I definitely think Dazed takes their inspirations for photo shoots and stuff from art pieces and cultures, and I just really love it. My favourite issue was, and it's a bit battered and beaten now because I took the front cover of it and put it on a wall, but this was Autumn Winter 2015 with Grimes on the cover of it, and I just really loved this magazine. This issue was my favourite because they had one of my favourite K-pop singers, CL, in it, and the photo shoot that was done, I really loved it, and it's really cool. And it's nice that they put her in Dazed because I wouldn't have expected it. Like, again, really kind of offbeat photo shoots and like different, it's just really like I mean, it's kind of similar to Buffalo Sign, but at the same time it's different because it's still edgy but not as edgy as Buffalo Sign. It takes itself a little bit seriously, but yeah, Dazed is where it all began. Okay, so this is me filming the outro because I completely forgot to do it yesterday. This video is going to be a part 1 of 2 videos, which I'm going to be talking about my favourite magazines and why I like them so much. So make sure you tune into that. I hope you all had a good Sunday. I've just been chilling, tidying, and just sorting my room out. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Like, subscribe, and stay fucking weird. Bye.